Hello again. Disclosure of credentials. This is what I'm going to discuss right now. This is the bug number 3 on our list. So I'm going to focus on login functionality because obviously when I talk about disclosure of credentials, then login functionality is a natural place to start looking around, right? So let's assume that we're gonna log in, and this is the URL related to our login functionality. https://example.com/login.php. So when you go to this URL, you are asked to provide your email and password. This URL looks good because we've got HTTPS at the very beginning, and HTTPS is a secure protocol that guarantees confidentiality, integrity, and authentication. So we definitely need to have HTTPS that protects the communication channel because we don't want our credentials to be disclosed to the man in the middle, right? That's why we have to make sure that HTTPS is used here. But now the question is like this: what's gonna happen when we change HTTPS to HTTP, right? So let's do it. Let's change HTTPS to HTTP and see what's gonna happen. And there are basically two scenarios. The one scenario is like this. You're gonna start with HTTP, example.com login PHP, and you will be redirected to HTTPS ://example.com login.php. This is really good because it shows that there is HTTPS enforcement implemented in the web application, right? So in other words, the web application does not allow you to go over HTTP to login functionality. It would be very risky because it would end up with disclosure of credentials, right? So the web application has to enforce HTTPS. And this is very nice. You try with HTTP and you are redirected to HTTPS. But when you try with HTTP and you are redirected to the same resource, so you start with HTTP and you are redirected to HTTP, then it basically means that you are still in the very same place. And obviously, HTTPS is not enforced. And this is very wrong because, well, when HTTPS is not enforced, then it actually means that your credentials will be disclosed over insecure HTTP, which is just plain text when you provide them and when you click login, right? So this is definitely wrong and you don't want it to happen. So you have to check whether this kind of problem happens in your web application or not. But even if you see that this kind of problem does not happen in login functionality, don't give up. And remember that hackers are smart. They will also check if disclosure of credentials via sign-up functionality is possible. Yes. When we talk about disclosure of credentials, well, you naturally think about login, but test login and after that, test sign-up. They are very similar. In both, you are providing email and password. And it may happen, I have seen it quite many times, that everything works very good for login, but in case of sign up, well, it just works differently. And in sign up, you've got the disclosure of credentials, and in a login, you don't have it. So this is what you have to also keep in mind, that you shouldn't limit your testing to login functionality only. You should also check sign up. Okay, now I believe that this is clear, and what I want to do is, well, I want to jump to the demo, and I want to show you how you can do this kind of checking of HTTPS enforcement in your own web application. So yeah, let's jump to the demo.